Former Trump campaign lawyers Rudy Giuliani and Christina Bobb pled not guilty today. The duo and other Republicans answered charges in an Arizona courtroom over an alleged plan to keep Donald Trump in the White House by falsely certifying he won the state in 2020. Giuliani and Bobb are among 18 people indicted by a Maricopa County grand jury last month. All face 9 felony counts, including conspiracy, forgery, and fraud. Giuliani appeared remotely Tuesday and was ordered to post a $10,000 appearance bond. Trump is not charged in the case. Still, the indictment names him as an unindicted co-conspirator one, a former president of the United States who spread false claims of election fraud following the 2020 election. He faces federal and state election interference cases brought by special counsel Jack Smith in D.C. and Fulton County DA Attorney Fani Willis in Atlanta. Here's why Giuliani was so hilarious. He was sitting here running from the subpoena, y'all, and he wouldn't let himself be served. But he was live every single day, going live online, and that's how they found his ass. And so he had a birthday party in Palm Beach. He got served at the birthday party. Mm-hmm. Would you like a subpoena with your cake, Mr. Giuliani? Look, listen, this thug has continued to malign the 2 black women in Georgia, even after getting hit with a $138 million judgment. And the bottom line is, it couldn't happen to a better scrub, Mustafa.
What they say, stupid is as stupid does. I'm just like, man, you could tell that he also lived a life of privilege, because he would have understood not to be making his locations so easily found. But that's beside the point, because if he hadn't been a part of an administration that was less than any administration we've ever seen before, he wouldn't be running into these problems. If he didn't continue to live out the paradigm of his former boss, then he wouldn't be in the situation that he is. If he had any character, then he wouldn't be in the situation that he is. So the things that are coming back to him, as Malcolm once said, coming home to roost, the chicken's coming home to roost. He should have been quite aware that these moments were actually going to eventually play out.
You know, what we're facing here again, and I know somebody out there saying, man, y'all just sitting here talking about Trump again. I need people to understand, these folks don't have a bottom, Larry. They don't have a bottom. They will do whatever it is in order to win. They tried to steal it last time. Don't think for a second they won't try it again.
Yeah, a couple of years ago was a dry run, and based on what we're seeing from the Supreme Court, if it doesn't work this time, they hoping it works in a couple of months. And Roland, it's interesting with Giuliani, because I remember a time when he was mayor of New York City and instituted stop and frisk, and a lot of times he was pretty much like, hey, listen, if you just comply, you'll be fine. That didn't work out for a lot of black and brown brothers and sisters in New York City during that time, and still being used in cities and jurisdictions throughout the country. So what I need him to do, I just need to make sure he complies with the law and follows what he's being told. These judges show up for court on time, don't zoom in, show up in time, on time and in person, and pay his dues and comply like he talked about a lot when he was mayor, and also obviously years ago when he took down the mob in New York City. So once again, but it's contradictions wrapped within lies, and this is what his life has been like for the last several years. And so, look, he jumped on the Trump bandwagon, and this is where he's got him. He's got multiple indictments, like you said, in the federal government and multiple states. And so, once again, if you just follow the rule of law, you wouldn't be in this situation. And now it's time for you to pay the piper.
Nyambi?
Well, look, Giuliani should understand better than anybody else that the feds don't come for you unless they plan on winning. And the fact that you would do this and know better. I mean, that's the thing, I think. He's not like any other person on Trump's staff. He's been a federal prosecutor. He knows what's at stake here, and he did it anyway. So this is why I think, to your point about these people having no bottom, they have no shame, and they will do anything. Break the law, bend the law, ignore the law, just to get their way. This is all about power. This isn't about right or wrong. This isn't about what's legal or illegal. These people don't have a limit. And when you have people with no boundaries, I can only imagine what schemes they're cooking up now to take the election this year if they are not successful. We saw what happened on January 6th. We also saw all of the sort of procedural steps that they took in multiple states. Michigan, I think, is the other, where they did something like this. And so I can only imagine what comes next. Should Giuliani and others get another bite at the apple, if so to speak, this go round. But, unfortunately, our legal system works a lot slower than American elections. So we shall see what happens at the end of this.
I wanted the people of Baltimore to hear it from me. I have done nothing wrong.
Prosecutor for the people. But I see that what you are trying to do is destroy this black woman for doing her job.
I have heard your calls for no justice, no peace. However, your peace is sincerely needed as I work to deliver justice on behalf of Freddie Gray.
Maryland was a force to be reckoned with. I was assuming this was all because of Freddie Gray, but it actually is much deeper than that.
Baltimore's top prosecutor, a woman named Marilyn Mosby, was indicted yesterday in the Eastern District of Maryland for perjury. Couldn't help but think about Donald Trump.
This is what you got to deal with when you are a black woman fighting for just causes in America.
Yeah, but just taking on the police, period. She's stepping on their toes.
They want to cross her out of the system so she can't stand up for the preacher. Reached in the pool and grabbed me and pulled me out.
Imagine if this were you. You would want people to stand in your corner.
I lost my car. I lost my job. I lost my marriage. And I almost lost my mind for a little while.
It's just so much right now, Lord, and I'm just here. Why are you putting all of this on me? I'm about to break.